Well, there's a lot of things I could go see, a lot of things I could go and talk about, but there's something right here close to home that I figured to be worth talking about and worth mentioning. Many times the wife will tell me, you know, you really need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this. And kind of like the honey-do list, as you hear so many guys talk about, that the wife's trying to encourage guys to do different things. Well, I'm going to talk about in this video something my wife encouraged me to do that I really, well, we'll just put it bluntly, I blew the lady off. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. No, I don't think it's a good idea. Well, in hindsight, I should have listened to the wife. So let's take a look. You can see here, what this is a peach tree. And it's a peach tree that sadly today ain't looking real good anymore. The reason this peach tree isn't looking so good is it's broke in numerous places. In two anyway, at the moment, and it's stooped over, bent to nearly its maximum. And the reason it's bent so much is because of the mass quantity of fruit that's on it. We've got a number of fruit trees in the yard here. In fact, this tree over here in the background, that's a plum tree. Not a single plum on it anymore thanks to the June bugs, or Japanese beetles I should say. But this peach tree is still completely covered in peaches. You can see they're swollen out. That one's not in real good shape, so we're going to tear that and I'll throw it away anyway. But they're huge. And they're bending the tree over and it's broken in a couple of spots already. Well, I'm not going to cut off the branches that are broke. As you can see, the leaves are still completely green. And so there's enough nutrients getting through the limbs of this tree to feed the areas that are hung down. So I'm going to go ahead and let the peaches that are hanging down, what of them will ripen. And then this fall, as my wife encouraged me to do for the last number of years, I'm going to prune this tree way back so that it won't be in a mess like this again next year. You can see the fruit, there's just massive fruit all over it. So let's take a moment. I'm going to pick the camera up and move it forward a little bit after I lock it in place so it doesn't fall over. And we're going to go take a look at the fruit and the tree itself. Take a moment to get in here real close so you can see the damage that was done to the tree. And it's split literally at a joining point where the tree had a natural joint. The other sides here have bent over severely, but luckily the branches reached the ground before anything actually broke. And I'm hoping these other branches will be able to stand up to the weight. If they won't and they break, well, then they'll be broke. And we can see here's some more of those evil, vile June bugs eating away at peaches. I guess they've covered every other fruit tree. And in another video, I talked about the devices I'm using to get rid of the Japanese beetles to keep them from destroying every bit of the fruit on every tree out here. Seemingly the peaches, with their natural fuzziness, which makes me not want to eat them, also makes these Japanese beetles not want to eat them. So either way, that gives you kind of an image of when you should probably listen to the wife.